The living speak, somehow, on Air-Deraan has returned. I may have said on Air-Deraan, but I don't even care. Let's just roll with it, okay? Hello, I'm Vojta.
And I'm Freddy.
And let me just start with this. I will tell you exactly what's going to happen right now. I'm going to say 3 words, and you're going to say yes, and you're going to know exactly what's going on.
Okay.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh, yes. Yeah, definitely.
It took a little longer than I thought, but you did catch up.
No, because for some reason I heard it as Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh, well, that would be a spoiler, Freddy.
Whoa.
But no, if in case just of anything, that's not a spoiler.
No.
If anything, it's a negation of a spoiler. There is no Grand Admiral Thrawn in here. We're just
that is a
shitposting
spoiler.
it. Look, no. A spoiler is something that would be in it. This is the absence of a plot point.
Okay.
In fact, it was never a plot point to begin with. Yes.
Right, we are talking about the finale of The Mandalorian, Chapter 8. Not going to say the name of the title.
I'm pretty sure it's Chapter 16, actually.
Not Chapter 16, that's what I meant. There's too many
Episode
numbers.
8, Season 2.
Too many numbers.
Oh, God. And we have totally planned to record this as a double episode for the last 2 episodes of this series, haven't we? That's why the previous episode only came out like yesterday.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we definitely have this planned as well as Lucasfilm did for the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what can I say? We subvert your expectations, and then we just we wait 2 years or 2 days, and then bam, we're back at it with another mediocre. I mean, game-changing episode of our podcast.
Well, but speaking of which, I would say that it was a game-breaking / game-changing episode of the show, though.
Are we doing our general thoughts first?
Definitely. We're going to go about the same as we always do. We're not going to break any new ground on this episode.
No.
That's one for the breaking ground jar.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're going to start with non-spoilery thoughts, other than the one spoiler that I already said. Then we're going to breeze through, one could say slice through the plot like a warm knife through butter. Absolute absence of spoilers there as well.
Absolute.
And then we're going to delve deep into the things. I think we can skip our ceremonial naming because we've kind of already done this. Or we're also going to just slice through it like Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber through a blast door.
Yeah, that's brought back some questions already.
And then we're going to do whatever we do at the end. I don't know. Are we going to do tag and bink watch? I don't know.
Probably the good, the bad. No, the light side, dark side, and the one in the middle.
The one in the middle, the
Bendu.
Oh my God! But we are going to have so much to talk about this week.
Yeah, I mean, this was a pretty big episode.
Well, yeah, it was like 44 minutes. That's like 10 minutes bigger than usual.
Yeah, which I was happy about. I had a dream that is 20 minutes long.
Oh, God. I mean, it's still better than the dream that I had, which was that I was defending my grandmother's house from the mortar troopers from episode 6.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I showed him mercy by not killing him outright. But then, because he refused to take that mercy, I had to shoot him like 7 times in the neck with a low-powered blaster.
Wow, you're really sounding like some people in this episode. Speaking of which, what are your Colonel thoughts?
Did you really just de-rank my thoughts?
Maybe no. Okay, Grand Admiral thoughts.
Oh my God! This is the new name of this. This is the new name of this segment.
The Grand Admiral thoughts.
Grand Admiral thoughts.
Oh, that is breaking new ground.
What about Myth Thoughts Eurodo?
Myth Thoughts Eurodo. God.
My general thoughts are, holy shit.
Whoa.
They did it, but also, holy shit, they did it again.
They did. I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, they did it. And then I like closer inspection was like, oh, they didn't do it, and they did the other thing instead. It's amazing. Like, I genuinely thought that they did do the thing, but they didn't.
Yeah, this episode was like so much like a roller coaster ride. In that,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did. Like, on a whole, like 10 out of 10, basically. Like, story-wise, I would say 10 out of 10. But other things kind of threw a spoke in the wheel, or whatever I would say.
Voicer hasn't rewatched it. I have rewatched it, and I would say that it's vastly improved by rewatch.
Is it?
Yeah, like
How is that even possible?
Because I knew the pacing, and so I was more attuned to the pacing, because it seemed a bit weird when I first watched it, but since I knew what was happening and I knew what I could like enjoy every moment more. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like I wasn't concerned about how much left is there in the episode, you know.
Yeah. On that topic, this episode felt, once again, just like episode 6, I believe. This episode felt quite long in a very good way. Oh yeah, episode 6, the tragedy.
Yeah.
Just like that, it was long in a very good way.
Yeah, I thought so. And it filled a lot in the time it had, I thought. But
it also had like some like fairly slow, probably not even that slow moments, but they had just gravitas to them that made them feel even slower.
Yeah, I know.
But were like made better by how slow it was.
It took its time when it needed to, which I thought was good.
On the other hand, some bits felt like, but I mean this in the story sense, kind of rushing towards some sort of a finish line.
To something,
maybe?
Yeah. Like I've got a lot of questions that I want to be answered, but
yeah,
because I mean, which we will discuss, I imagine.
We definitely will, because like I don't want to use the word unsatisfying.
Because I was satisfied.
Yes, but for a different reason than I expected.
Yeah. It's like, imagine, okay, so you're watching the finale of The Mandalorian, and it's really good, but then you're just feeling like, the way it resolves, you're just like, huh. Imagine that.
It's almost like they took the TV show Rebels, but patched the ending of Clone Wars.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's almost like Rebels, but it ends in season 3.
I would say at the end. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
Season 3 ends with Atalon, doesn't it? Does it?
Does it?
I think so.
Oh yeah, with Constantine breaking the thing.
Oh, right. Constantine is
losing, right?
The real Dumbo. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because season 4 is back on Lothal.
I think so. Yeah, because Mining Guild took over and all that kind of stuff.
Right, you're right. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. What I'm saying is that it felt like the ending to a different show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally know what you mean, but I feel like we need to just go into a summary and then just talk about it, because like
we really need to go into the Crochet Granite, because we can spend like hours skirting around what we need to talk about.
Yeah. Okay. The episode starts off with bloody Boba Fett trailing a Lambda which has Dr. Pershing on it, and then they board it. They take Dr. Pershing after a little gun battle. Well, not gun battle.
A little standoff.
Yeah.
Then they go pick up some extra guns.
Yeah.
With people on top of them.
Bo-Katan and Cosca Reeves.
No Drongo Bango, though.
Yeah, no Axe Woves. Don't know where he went. Probably died.
We will learn that in the Mandalorian prequel series.
Oh my god.
One fewer Mandalorian.
The Bo-Katan show. I'm not gonna make a Mandalorian joke, as many people have.
Yeah, it will be more of a Bo Wakizashi than Bo-Katan.
Bo Wakizashi.
Get it? Because it's like Bo-Katan but shorter.
Yeah.
And smaller. Because it takes place before now. It takes place like a day before this episode, but she's a child for some reason.
Oh yeah, exactly. They're going to cast a baby as Bo-Katan. But
this isn't the time for this.
No, they pick up Bo-Katan and Cosca Reeves, and then they go formulate a plan to like bloody go to the architect. We'll go to the light cruiser where Gideon is, and free Baby Yoda.
And they basically do that.
Yeah, they do that. They do a big plan. They do a big
Yeah.
cool space thing, and then they do a cool crashy landy thing, and then lots of big gun
And
battles.
they do a very cool fighty thing. There's a dank ferric. There's cool stuff.
Yeah, they're trying to do it before the Dark Troopers wake up, but oh no, the Dark Troopers wake up.
Yeah, Mando has to fight one of them and airlocks the rest.
Yeah, they get thrown out into space.
Yeah. Which was a little bit weird that there was an airlock there, but whatever.
Yeah.
He only just beats the one of them that he fights.
With the best spear.
With the best spear, obviously. How else?
Mm.
And then goes to find the child.
And bloody Moff Gideon is there with a Darksaber, and he's like,
yeah,
surrender, because I know you want both the Darksaber and Baby Yoda. And he's just like, nah, dog, just want my baby. And then Gideon's like, okay. And then he goes, unless. And then like...
he just basically tries to backstab him, literally.
Literally, yeah.
Well, it's a backslash.
I would say it's actually a jetpack slash.
Whoa. He tries to take him out like Boba Fett, but he forgot that there's no Sarlacc on that ship.
Yeah, and also the jetpack's made of Beskar.
Well, that's a small detail. And then they punch for a bit.
And then, Best Spear comes into fruition.
Yeah, another one of your flawless predictions comes through, and there's a Best Spear versus Darksaber duel.
And much like in that fight, Oberyn, or Din, does not kill him when he's on the ground.
Din Djarin beats Moff Gideon, or does he?
Ooh.
But he does shackle him and take him to the bridge, where an even more tense stare down than the good and the bad and ugly happens.
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Whoa. The light, the dark, and the Unknot.
Because bo-katan wants that bloody knife.
Yeah, she wants that D being Darksaber.
Yeah, exactly. What else? And then, bim bam boom, the bloody Dark Troopers are coming back from space. You know that meme, the I lived bitch meme? That's what I was thinking of when the Dark Troopers came back.
Oh yeah, I didn't think for a second that they weren't coming back.
Yeah.
They were always gonna come back. They're the Chekhov's Dark Troopers.
Yeah, so they seem pretty screwed.
Moff Gideon starts gloating a little bit. He's all like, "What did you expect, bitches? I'm the Warden of the Galaxy. Of course I planned all of this."
I do not believe that he's ever been called the Warden of the Galaxy. I've not seen.
I was so waiting for him to say that.
He's what, like at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy? They go like, "We're the Guardians of the Galaxy, bitch."
Oh yeah, I mean he may have been your Moff, but he sure as hell was your Warden.
Oh my god. But yeah, then the Dark Troopers are like bashing through the door, and
then
oh my god,
a ship appears.
X-wing.
What is it?
X-wing.
I was going to. Is it Home One? No. Is it the Radis? Not quite. It's one X-wing, and you are very right, Rich Evans.
Yeah, and I clapped when I saw an X-wing.
I didn't clap, but I did start tearing my hairs out. Hair out.
I was thinking like, do you know what I thought when I saw the X-wing for the first time?
Yeah.
I was like, Carson Teva?
I did for a while cycle through a couple people who
I can't
could
believe
be.
that I thought it was Carson Teva. Imagine that.
I was being like, is it? No, surely it can't be. It must be like Trapper Wolf and Carson Teva. What? No, there's only one of them. Is it? And then the music started playing.
Yeah, and there's a guy in bloody robes
with a black glove or something.
Yeah, and he's got his face. His face is conveniently shielded by the hood.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, he has a lightsaber. What color is it though?
Oh my god!
Could it be Ahsoka pretending that she doesn't have two of them? No, that lightsaber is green.
Well, the first time you see it is because it's on a black and white screen. It does appear white.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's green.
It sure is green, and another character has his own hallway scene,
which is pretty cool.
In the tradition of Darth Vader and Darth Maul.
Pretty cool hallway scene, and bo-katan now.
Oh yeah, and Din.
There's a lot of cool hallway scenes in Star Wars.
Yeah, they're all just pretenders to both of the incredible Daredevil ones, though.
Yeah. Although I prefer the Star Wars ones. I like Star Wars more.
I mean, not gonna lie, yeah.
But yeah.
But let's cut to the chase.
Bloody Luke Skywalker, mate.
It's him. Wait. Sebastian Stan is looking a little weird.
Yeah, well, like, why is Sebastian Stan's top lip not moving?
Why is the main character of Star Wars Battlefront 2 in this game?
God. They could have just used Seb Stan. It looked like Seb Stan. They just
No, they have different chins. That's the only difference between them. But yeah, if those of you who remember Grand Moff Tarkin from Rogue One, yeah, they did that again, but for Luke, and it's horrible.
I don't think it's horrible. I think it's better at some angles than in some other things.
Yeah, all the angles where you can't see his face.
There's one angle that looks good.
I don't know. Like, when I said that this was like a roller coaster ride, I meant that as soon as I saw his face, my excitement leveled
No,
out.
I still couldn't tell if it was Seb Stan or not because I couldn't remember his face. It was only in like when I was looking at his lip that I was like, this doesn't look real.
Well, this might be like a professional deformation, because I just spent about 16 hours over the last 20 hours making a presentation that included Sebastian Stan.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember Seb Stan's face, if I'm honest.
It's basically Luke's, but with a wider chin.
Yeah.
And not the chin dimple.
Like Boss Logic's thing. Yeah, I thought like,
Yeah.
well, I was remembering Seb Stan's face as having a chin dimple, so that was my mistake.
He might have one, but he usually has a pronounced stubble, so it's covered up. Yeah, Luke fucking shows up.
Yeah, steals Grogu.
He doesn't quite steal Grogu. There's a very, very long and emotional scene where Grogu and Din are both deciding what to do. And Din freaking... he cries so much that his helmet fills up with tears, so he has to take it off.
Yeah, I thought that attention to detail with the water coming out was A-star.
Definitely. There was like water coming through the cracks that were made during the fight with the Dark Trooper.
How did that not break the visor? It was made of glass.
Yeah, Grogu had to stick his finger into that hole so that it wouldn't like fill the whole Architens with water. But then another hole showed up on the other side of the helmet, so he had to use both of his hands, both of his feet, and eventually even his ears to plug up the holes.
Is that like a Last Jedi joke?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what BB-8 does.
Yeah, that was when it was revealed that Grogu was actually just BB-8 in disguise.
Oh my
all
god,
along.
it's BB-8 with a little hat.
Yeah.
He's in the ball the whole time.
Oh my god, BB-8 is just a hamster ball for Grogu. To keep him safe until he's grown up.
Yeah, that's true. Because, he joins Luke Skywalker.
He joins Luke Skywalker.
And then it ends.
leaves the tiny-headed Din Djarin, the tiny-headed helmetless...
Yeah, his shoulders are so wide.
And the Mandos, and the rest of the people on the bridge of the Architens. And as soon as the turbo lift closes after Luke, it's lights.
Yeah, until the end credit scene.
Yeah, and speaking of, fuck the person who put together the credits.
Why?
Because the last credited appearance is for the end credits, and I was like, hang on a minute.
For who?
I just watched this entire thing, and I do not remember Bib Fortuna being on the Architens.
I didn't read the end credit. I was looking at Twitter and I saw a post saying, make sure to stay till the end of the credits. And then I looked at my computer and then it was the end of the credits and the end credit scene was playing.
Yeah, well, right after the credits, first thing you see is two suns.
And then Jaboni's Palazzoni.
Yeah, we saw the Ujaba Palace itself.
Yeah.
And Jedi Rock is playing in the background.
Yeah, Size Noodles has reprised her role, this time with robot legs and arms because of the explosion. Max Rebo is a head in the jar.
The Bumblebee Man is long dead, but his great-great-grandson is there.
He is
doing
the
his best
size
impression
of a
of him.
bumblebee.
Yeah, he's still a baby.
Yeah.
He's baby...
Baby Bumblebee. That's like 3 Bs.
It's like 4 Bs.
Baby Bumblebee. That's 3 Bs.
It's 5 Bs,
No, but
actually.
it's 3 words. That's what I mean. It's like if you make it...
No, Bumblebee is 1 word.
Yeah, I know. Baby... Oh, yeah. I'll see myself out.
Unless it's a bee that's on Bumble.
Maybe. You never know. Maybe that's what Bumblebee Man isn't it called. Maybe that's why it's called that.
I should call myself the Bumblebee.
The Bumblebee. So, how's Cyberpunk V? Topical.
Horrible, because I'm trying to play it on the Switch and it's not working at all.
Is that a joke?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, for a second, I was like, they actually released it on the Switch? Oh my god.
Imagine the state that it would be on the Switch
It'll be,
with how bad it is on PS4.
It'll be SNES level graphics.
Holy shit.
But anyway, Bib Fortuna is sitting on Jabba's throne.
Yes, somehow Bib Fortuna survived.
Somehow Bib Fortuna returned. But I guess he wasn't on the sail barge. We actually had...
I'm pretty sure he was.
We had a discussion about this in one of our podcasts. And
we did. It may have been the last
And I'm pretty
one,
sure that you said how you thought Bib Fortuna was on the sail barge, and I said he wasn't, because we didn't see him.
Yeah, because you knew that in Legends, he ran Jabba's palace for a little bit.
Did he?
Until his brain was put in a jar.
Oh,
and then his brain was put back into somebody from a jar.
Yeah, you know...
And then he was killed, presumably.
You know Darth Talon?
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually Bib Fortuna's brain.
Oh, God. Just his brain.
Just his brain. No, you know how...
Just his brain. No body, just his brain.
That's how the tattoo colour is red. That's like his brain matter.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he's friends with Darth Maul.
Yeah. Speaking of dead people, some Gamorreans get killed, a la the same way they die in Return of the Jedi, my favourite Star Wars film.
Same.
And it's a pretty cool sequence, and it's like Fennec walking down the stairs, shooting all the people. She never misses a shot.
Because she's a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Like Migs Mayfeld.
Exactly.
Before her.
And then, I'm a sharpshooter, like Migs Mayfeld before me.
Well, after her, I guess, technically.
Oh, yeah.
But that sounds even less impressive.
And Boba Fett walks down the stairs and confronts Bib Fortuna. I love this.
I love this, but I was so confused why this exists. Bib tries to plead for his
life. He's
like,
Boba, it's been so long. We thought you were dead. I was just hanging around here. How you been?
And Boba, without a word, just freaking shoots him into his fat stomach.
Which I loved. I was like, yes! Yes! I was like fist pumping the air when I saw that. Like, I genuinely was like so happy. Is it bad that I was like more like, yes! And then when like Luke pulled down his hood? Is that bad?
No, because no one here had a terrible CGI face.
Well, anyway, Boba Fett sits on the throne. And he is...
the new king of the underworld, I guess.
He's Boba the Fett now.
Boba the Fett. Oh my god. He's Baba the Fett.
Baba. And it says...
Baba.
Book of Boba Fett coming
December 2021.
Yeah, I'm really hyped for that. I'm excited.
I'm assuming that's a film or TV show, because I don't think they would call a book the book.
No, they would never do that. That's how you know it's a piece of visual media.
It's still a little confusing, but...
we'll probably find out what the Book of Boba Fett is on Monday. My friend was saying how she thought the title Book of Boba Fett was really bad. But personally, I like it. I'm sorry, Jess, but I actually really like the title.
It's a really cool. I would say that the title is really cool. Reminds me of Book of Eli a little bit.
What, the
which
Christian
I haven't seen,
film?
but I assume it's pretty good. Well, kind of a Christian film, but it's a post-apocalyptic action film starring Denzel Washington.
Yeah, but it is a Christian film, but apparently it's good.
Yeah, I mean the titular book is a Bible, but still. I think the reveal could have been more impactful. It was like a fairly plain font with not that much like fanfare.
I was happy.
I was still hyped as heck.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, Boba Fett, and then I had to like contain myself while clapping, obviously, and throwing all my Star Wars toys on the ground. And then I saw December 2021. I was like, wow, can't wait for next year. Next year's Christmas can be much better than COVID year.
I assume that might be the reason why Cassian Andor is coming out in 2022.
Really? Because the Boba Fett show is coming up next year.
Yeah.
That would make sense. But is it Boba Fett show or is it Mando season 3?
That's a very good question.
Should we discuss this?
Is Boba Fett taking over Mando?
Yeah, I think we should discuss this now. So we'll go into the nitty gritty, into our spoiler discussion. So is Boba Fett going to take over from Mando?
I have a very, very strong feeling that he will.
That we won't see Din anymore.
I'm not saying that. I am saying that Boba will probably take over The Mandalorian to further confuse people who thought from the very beginning that this was a Boba Fett show.
Oh my god.
And the Book of Boba Fett is going to be the subtitle, not the title of the show.
Oh, so you think there's going to be 2 different shows called The Mandalorian and The Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett?
I think that Din is moving to Rangers of the New Republic.
But he's got the Darksaber. Oh yeah, Din has the Darksaber now.
Yeah, we kind of glossed over that.
Yeah, he's the rightful ruler of Mandalore now, technically. And apparently
he's Mr. 3D now.
These
Din Djarin's Darksaber.
These technicalities meant nothing to Din, but Bo-Katan was very, very annoyed that Din beat Gideon without her, basically.
It's an Elder Wand situation.
Yeah.
You have to beat its previous holder to take possession of the thing.
What if... So, Darth Maul got it from Pre Vizsla by beating him in a fight. Mm-hmm. So, and then Darth Maul, was beaten by Obi-Wan.
Oh.
And then... So, Obi-Wan's the rightful owner. And then Obi-Wan was killed by Darth Vader, who was killed by the Emperor, who was killed by himself, who was blown up by the Death Star, who was blown up by Lando, and Moff Gideon could have fucking just beaten up Lando in a bar fight or something. I was like, the Darksaber's mine.
That is not where I thought you were going. I thought you were going to say that Luke is the rightful owner of the Darksaber.
Luke didn't kill
because he beat Darth Vader.
Yeah, but he didn't kill Darth Vader. But I guess it could be Luke.
Din didn't kill Moff Gideon either.
Yeah, that's true. So
no one has yet. He's still alive, captured by people probably.
So do you think that Mando is actually going to remain Mandalore? Like technically, he is on track to become Mandalore. But he isn't at the moment. But he is able to become Mandalore.
I'm going to say yes. Because I have theorized before that Mando is pretty great at getting people behind him for some sort of a cause.
Yeah, like in
usually
episode
one that
9.
involves a lot of punching.
Chapter 9 was perfect
Chapter
for that.
9. Yeah, that's where my theory stemmed from and never really repeated itself since then.
And also, this episode reveals that Bo-Katan is not good.
Well, not good.
Bo-Katan is pretty racist towards Boba Fett. Like, I'm going to say, like, actually really bad.
Well, she's clonist.
She's clonist, but it's also like, you are a disgrace to that armor. It's like, bruh, this armor was given to my dad. It's like, don't you mean your donor? It's like, wow, that's pretty annoying. And then, like, her main thing is about going for the Darksaber. It's like, sure, whatever. And she doesn't, like, she's saying that's a higher purpose. It's like, okay, on the surface, okay. But then, like, I'm not sure if you noticed, like, in my rewatch, I went back and looked at this. And when they crash the Lambda into the Architens type thing, and they do the big shooty going out of it, you can see a surrendering TIE pilot who just gets like gunned down instantly by Bo-Katan.
Oh, wow.
Like you can see he's got his hands up. He's like, I surrender, basically, and then he just gets shot immediately. And that's why Gideon said like, yeah, I'm sure they killed everyone on the bridge because they're murderous savages. Like that might be going too far, but like they did kill everyone on the bridge.
Much like with Din Djarin's armor, we're dealing with lots of shades of grey.
Yeah,
I think that basically Gideon was trying to go for we're not the real bad guys.
Oh yeah, then he
in
was,
that
yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, he was obviously tricking Din.
Yeah.
Literally, with that, with that backpack slash.
But my point is like Bo-Katan isn't.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, Bo-Katan isn't the arbiter of what it should be to be a Mandalorian. I mean, like, she was a high member of Death Watch. She only left Death Watch when it was taken over by quote unquote an outsider in Darth Maul. That's the only she was okay with the Civil War. She was okay with killing innocent people in her literally her first appearance.
Yeah, just because she's a character from a cartoon that we are elated to see in the live action show doesn't mean that we will root for her forever. And don't forget, like in chapter 11 or whatever, in when she first appeared in the show, like first thing she did was trick Din into working for her.
Yeah, like
at stealing the Gazanti.
She's taken this light cruiser as well for her effort to retake Mandalore.
Well, she was planning to. We don't necessarily know what happened to the cruiser.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened to Din. We don't know what happened to her.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened to Cara Dune. The only people that we have, like, closure for...
is Boba Fett and Fennec.
And Grogu, I guess.
Closure, I mean, he's either dead or not dead.
Well, by closure, I meant we know what's going on with them.
I suppose.
At least kind of.
Yeah, like, Gideon was like... oh yeah, you're gonna kill Din now, to get the Darksaber, and like you could see on Bo-Katan's face that she was basically considering it, because like she really wants the Darksaber, because like Gideon said, without that she's basically a pretender.
Yeah, and Din doesn't want it. He doesn't want the throne. He doesn't want the saber. He basically was giving it to her, and she just didn't even respond. This has to be resolved, like, very, very quickly, and whenever we see them next.
What I find amusing is that Bo-Katan was given the Darksaber in the first place. She was given it by Sabine. Sabine won the Darksaber from... She won it from... well, not won it, but she took it from Maul, didn't she?
Well, from Maul's house.
Yeah. What makes Bo-Katan more... She didn't win it. So I think she's just being too pragmatic over this. Like,
refresh my memory. Did anyone see that exchange?
Yeah, like everybody.
Okay, was that like okay?
That was a thing in Rebels.
I was thinking that if like it happened like in some sort of a cave where it was just the two of them, she could just tell people that she beat Sabine.
No, she sort of Sabine gave it to Bo-Katan in front of all the main clans. So it's
that might be why she lost it, to be honest, because she had it once and people didn't really see her as a leader, or maybe she failed them.
Possibly.
Hence, Mandalore is glass, as Boba Fett put it.
Yeah.
And now she's like, okay, the superstition was true. I need to find the way.
Yeah.
And follow it.
I want to know, like, did Gideon beat Bo-Katan then?
I don't think he beat her in single combat.
But then Bo-Katan would just think that it was hers, and that the fact that Din beat Gideon doesn't mean anything about the ownership.
Okay, maybe in single combat, but not in, like, fair single combat.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm imagining he defeated, like, her crew or whatever, and then when she was already, like, limping with clutching her side like Kylo Ren at the end of episode 7.
Yeah.
Just punching her wound to make herself more angry.
Yes.
Something. I don't really remember what that was.
Yeah, I actually respect that part of the film. I think that's a pretty interesting thing that J.J. Abrams did that a lot of people didn't really get. Which, I mean, is a pretty weird thing.
I wouldn't say respect, but
you know what I mean.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it was like a subtle thing, and it was really like a character thing that never really got picked back up.
Yeah, ever.
Like most things in that trilogy.
Oof. But speaking of things that got picked back up...
Yeah, but like I was saying that like after she was basically like at 20% health, he just swooped in and sword fighted her or something.
Yeah, probably. That makes sense.
Yeah. But speaking of things that were picked back up, as you were saying, I'm picking back up what
I was gonna say...
What I made you drop.
I was gonna say like how the Dark Troopers came back, but they weren't. I thought they were a decent threat, but they weren't used as much as I was expecting.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of pickup, this was a bit of a letdown. But I would say if they are brought back, they can still be threatening. But I don't think they necessarily will.
Yeah.
Because, like, when Luke, as I very unsubtly touched upon earlier, sliced through them like Kylo Ren through all those consoles when he was throwing a temper tantrum in Episode 7.
Indeed.
That I don't think counts as, like, making them seem useless, because that's Luke we're talking.
Yeah, exactly. Luke is... I mean, especially with the hood thing, it was clear that he was doing all of that and he couldn't even see.
I don't think that's canon.
No, but I mean, it was like really covering his eyes. Like, there's no way you could see a thing.
He was using observation haki. It's fine. It's a little One Piece jokes for that 0 people in our audience who are also fans. Myself.
Whoa! You're 0 people?
I am Zero the Hutt, didn't you know?
God.
I am going to be killed by Sice Noodles.
You're Jabba's uncle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the cape was only, like, in his face so that we couldn't see him.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
think that
definitely.
the point was that he couldn't watch that.
I guess.
By the way, like, his lightsaber style, it either changed or, like, evolved in universe or whatever, because he was doing things that didn't feel like Luke at all.
I think it's
like
better.
that bit where he, like, held it horizontally behind his head.
Yeah, but it
did not feel like a Luke maneuver at all.
I feel like it's meant to be an improvement of his fighting style, because if you look at Return of the Jedi, he is, like, flailing it around. He's, like, going, like, whoa, and he struggles fighting.
That was the style at the time when the things were made.
Yeah. So I think
he wasn't doing any of the fancy flips of the prequel era because no one taught him to, I guess.
I think he's learning. He's, like, getting better. So So Baby Yoda's, like, his first student.
I assume so, because, like, Ben Solo is either not born yet or is very young.
I don't think he's born yet.
I actually think he might be, because I think in Bloodline I think takes place, like, 8 years after episode whatever. And
Bloodline takes place 8 years
after.
I thought Bloodline takes place 20 years after.
It could be 8 years before 7, then. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's 8 years before 7.
I'm pretty sure there's an 8 in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Not episode 8.
Oh, no.
Never episode 8.
Oh, my goodness. Ben Solo was born 5 ABY, so 2 years before Mando. He was born on...
Yeah, so he's...
No, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
5 years ABY. Is that time of Return of the Jedi?
I don't think so. I think Return of the Jedi is 3 ABY.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. But he was born 5 ABY on Chandrilla.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. It's better than Duxun or Onderon.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely better than either
But
of those.
yeah, he was born 5 ABY on Chandrilla, because Mandalorian takes place 8 ABY, I believe. So that's 5 years.
I'm very happy that it wasn't on Hosnian Prime.
Oh my god. That would just be weird.
Kind of.
Kylo Ren. But yeah, so baby Kylo Ren, and Luke has got a baby Yoda. Are we gonna see, like, the next Ben Solo comic, like his like flashbacks to when he was playing with the baby Yoda?
I don't think so. I have a feeling that Grogu is not going to stay with Luke very long.
Do you think Luke's gonna murder baby Yoda in his sleep, like,
and absorb his powers?
Exactly.
No, I don't think so. You
don't think that's what Rian Johnson's trilogy is about?
Oh my god. And yeah, it's taking place in a space that we've never seen before, because Luke clones himself and goes through a portal that he opens with his newfound powers.
Whoa.
And he meets God himself, as played by Rian Johnson.
And the soundtrack for that film, the first film of Rian Johnson's trilogy, has already been released. And notice how one of the tracks is Grogu's Noble End. It's a callback to how the Phantom Menace's soundtrack was released before the film, and one of the ones was called Qui-Gon's Noble End. So everyone knew that he was going to die.
I didn't.
Well, spoiler alert, Qui-Gon died.
I was 1 year old when that movie came
I was
out.
none year old when that came out. That's right.
Wow.
I was at a women's monastery. Year old.
Whoa. Over here, we say that you would have been foraging for mushrooms.
Huh. So you think Grogu's going to go back to the Mandalorian?
Not necessarily, but I don't think he's going to stay with Luke. Either someone else is going to steal him away, or he's going to choose to go somewhere else. I don't know where, I don't know when, but this isn't where we're leaving Grogu off. We're going to see him in the next 2 years in a live-action something.
Is Grogu
Mark
a
my
clone?
words. I don't think so, but he probably will have one by now.
Because it seems that what Moff Gideon did with Grogu's blood has already been done. And they make it clear that Dr. Pershing, at the start of the episode, with that really, like, arsehole Imperial pilot, who was, like, really, really mean. And
he was basically like General Hess, but a grunt.
yeah, he was like, encapsulation of evil Imperial. Just there.
Yeah.
Like, he would shoot his own friend, his own, like, co-pilot.
Like, make no mistake, we're playing with Shades of Grey, but the Empire has a collection of the worst people ever.
Yeah, and he calls Dr. Pershing a cloner.
A cloner?
Yeah, so clearly Dr. Pershing has something to do with cloning, hence the Kaminoan badge thing.
Yeah, that we knew since the very first appearance of
But
Dr.
I mean,
Pershing.
like said out loud that he is a cloning doctor type guy. That's why he was brought on board.
And since he wasn't on the Architans, yeah, there's definitely either project somewhere else.
Yeah.
As we've seen, because he was at one point on the thing on Navarro. That's where it was to begin with, never mind. But since they let him go somewhere else, he's either done, or there are multiple facilities where they're probably growing something.
I think that Dr. Pershing was on his way to rendezvous with Moff Gideon. Because Moff Gideon stayed in the same place as he did in the last episode. And if any of you saw the map I made for Athat Chat's video on where Moff Gideon is heading, there was a theory that he was heading to Kamino. And to get to Kamino, you got to go through Rishi and then into the Rishi Maze, which is a satellite galaxy. And the location of Moff Gideon is has a perfect trajectory towards there. And he stayed in that position at the end of last episode, and he's still there now. And at the end of the tragedy, he says, when we exit hyperspace, let Dr. Pershing know where we're going or whatever. That we have the child. So I think that Dr. Pershing might have been coming from like Kamino or wherever to rendezvous with Moff Gideon in that place in deep space.
So you're saying that the project is not done
It's possible
yet.
that the project isn't done. I think it is possible that Moff Gideon was just lying to make Din put his guard down.
Well, not necessarily. Like if they have Grogu samples,
Yeah, they probably did.
they can just give them to Pershing later.
Yeah, I think that's what they probably did. But I mean, the way Moff Gideon was wording it, it seemed like they had already done what they needed with the blood. But I think it's more likely that they just took the blood, but obviously Dr. Pershing didn't have it because they had captured Dr. Pershing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of odd. And also Moff Gideon was gonna kill himself at the end of the episode. He was gonna.
He was.
He was full on Nazi there.
Yeah. Fortunately, Cara Dune prevented him from doing so.
I want to say pretty ironic with Cara Dune this entire episode, considering the actress. I can't remember her name and I don't really care. It's just the bit when Dr. Pershing was saying that they're gonna have a much tougher time to board the Architans. Because there's a lot more people, and then Cara Dune says, "Oh, great, an objective opinion." And I thought that was pretty ironic because objective opinion is the term.
It's a pretty right wing thing.
It's a very right wing thing to say, and she was her Cara Dune, the character, was making fun of that, and I think it's a bit funny because the actress supports that kind of thing. So
yeah, I mean, we have said before on the podcast, Cara Dune is not Carla Gugino, Gina Carano.
Gina Carano, yeah. Gina Carano is not good.
She is not a good person.
I hope
based on her Twitter things.
Yeah.
And obviously now we have Casca, who's a way better character anyway, so I think we have a confirmation that she's replacing her on the show.
Whoa! Just ignore the fact that Casca Reeves in-universe is a racist toward Boba Fett. Just ignore that. Just ignore.
Yeah, but she did a satellite DDT, though.
What's a satellite DDT?
That was that bit when she like grabbed Boba Fett by the neck.
Oh, what with the jetpack?
Yeah, she did like a kick off like a beam, and drove his head in the floor.
I want to say that fight was pretty cool.
It was like 5 seconds, but it was pretty cool.
I like how
there was like
both characters,
a flamethrower versus flamethrower.
Yeah, both characters actually like got some pretty good hits on each other.
Yeah.
So I would say that fight ended evenly. That's my.
There was a weird jump cut though when Casca fell to the ground and then immediately was punching Boba Fett standing up or something.
Maybe she used the jetpack to get back up.
We didn't see that. Whatever.
Maybe.
Well, since she's a wrestler, I'm assuming she did a kip up.
Maybe she's the Force.
Yes, definitely. Maybe she used the stem cells of Drongo Bango that she killed and consumed at some point before this episode to immediately teleport on her feet.
Yeah, I did enjoy that first confrontation between Bo-Katan, Cosca Reeves, and Boba Fett and Mando. Because, like, Bo-Katan to Boba Fett was like, I've heard your voice millions of times. And then Boba Fett was like, and it might be the last voice you hear or whatever. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. Although Boba Fett didn't seem to object that much to being called not a Mandalorian.
I think it's, like, because he knows better at this point. Because, I mean, the amount of times, like, people are like, actually, you're not a Mandalorian. Like,
I guess
actually.
it is that he cares about his dad's armor and his dad, not what it represents to others, just what it represents to him.
I think he's more about personal identity than collective identity at this point in his life.
Yeah, like his only allegiance is to like himself and the memory of his father.
Yeah, he's pretty tired at this point of getting privilege checked by people like Bo-Katan. It's like, actually, you're not a member of our oppressed people? And Boba Fett's like,
you're a Mandalorian.
Name every Mandalore.
Yeah.
I enjoy that kind of interplay of like the different Mandalorian factions.
And I guess now that he might be like building his own crime
syndicate.
empire.
Yeah. So we know that Pumpkin, that Stinky, is not the leader of Jabba's palace at this point. It was Bib Fortuna.
Yeah. Well, he was kind of running it into the ground as well. He only had like 2 Gamorreans.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
Maybe 5 Weak Way and Nikto, one dancer.
Yeah.
Probably no Malakili at all.
No Malakili, I know. What? I think Malakili probably joined the New Republic. He's the Secretary of State now.
Whoa, he's the Secretary of Environment.
Of Environment, yes. The preservation.
He's the Hagrid of the New Republic.
Just like Hagrid, he was responsible for someone's death.
Yeah, not like Robbie Coltrane, though. A certain beloved actor who then sided with the no-good person that J.K. Rowling turned out to be.
Oh, God. Yeah, everything's so friggin' annoying.
PS1 Hagrid, he's an angel.
Yeah.
He's never done anything wrong.
PS1 Hagrid is my Malakili.
And person PS1 Ron is my Malekith. Who's Malekith?
Malekith is David
oh yeah, the bad elf.
Yeah,
right. Christopher Eccleston.
White black elf bad.
Oh god. Who was I thinking of? I was thinking of Malak. Darth Malak.
Yeah.
Why am I talking about any of this?
I don't know. But speaking of games on The Mandalorian, I thought that when the Mandalorian theme went into like string instruments when they were boarding the Arc-10s and doing the whole shootout, it reminded me a lot of like Halo music from the video. I'm not sure if you're very familiar. But
I am not at all.
But the whole sequence felt a lot like a Halo mission, like in one of the original trilogy of Halo music. And the Halo music, like their general OST, uses a lot of string instruments for things, and it just felt a lot like it. And I was like, pretty happy with it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it might well be intentional.
Yeah, probably.
Like we had a band of super warriors with important armor.
Yeah.
Maybe they were kind of trying to draw some Spartan parallels with the Mandalorians.
Maybe. I think that's possible. Also, actually, I want to say about the Dark Troopers is that
They had really cool
They did.
theme song, didn't they?
That was pretty cool.
I'm not really a dubstep person myself, but
Yeah.
it was really effective.
It's getting flashbacks to when I was in when I was like 11. When I was.
I see.
Ugh,
Oh
God.
my gosh, I'm imagining you with Skrillex hair now.
Oh, no, don't imagine that. I had a really bad haircut when I was. I remember going to the hairdressers when I was like 11, and he gave me a bloody.
And were you like, give me the Padawan rat tail?
No, he gave me a bloody bowl cut.
I mean, everyone's had a bowl cut at
The
one
thing
point
is,
or
I
another.
don't understand how he could do it without a bowl.
You do it long enough, you just...
Yeah, he's a pretty terrible barber. But what I was going to say...
Ponda Baba.
Bonda Baba, indeed. The Dark Troopers, Dr. Pershing says that
Baba.
they're Phase 3 of the Dark Troopers.
That was kind of funny. Like, I think they were kind of like poking fun at the canon because...
You mean Legends?
And this is probably what you were... Yeah, Legends, sorry. This is probably what you're going to say yourself, but in Legends, the first 2 phases were droids and the third one was a man in a suit.
Yeah. Whereas this is the
and
opposite.
this is the complete opposite, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if we'll see like the first 2 phases in canon anytime soon.
We might well, because I don't think these were all the Dark Troopers that exist, like Phase 3 ones.
Yeah, I think they made them.
Would you do think those were the only ones?
No, what, the Phase 3? No, I mean, like, I feel like they're relatively new. They're not, like, old technology. That's what I meant.
Yeah, they definitely are. But I think that if we see Moff Gideon's forces ever again, which I do think we will, because he survived, I think it's going to be a mix. Because it's assumedly much easier to manufacture suits rather than droids.
Yeah. Has Iron Man learned at the end of Age of Ultron? Because the droids go bad.
Yeah. There's also bad droids in Iron Man 2, I guess.
I was going to say, like, what was I going to say? Having Moff Gideon be captured alive, I thought was interesting. Like, what is going to happen? They are presumably going to sell or give him to the New Republic.
I think that we're going to get Operation Paperclip again.
Again, they've already done it.
Who was it that we talked about totally like an hour ago in our chat about episode 7? That someone from the Empire who was working for the Republic now. Was it about Mix?
Well, Miggs, yeah, he was in the Empire, then he became like good guy. Do you mean someone else? In episode 7 of the podcast, do you mean Crix Madine?
I don't think I'm talking about Crix Madine. No, I was talking about bloody Callus.
Callus, oh yeah, Callus literally did genocide.
Yes. And he only turned good because he didn't do genocide well enough.
Yeah, he didn't finish the job.
He should have aimed for the Zeb.
Should have aimed for the Zeb. It's it's kind of peculiar. But
yeah.
The thing is, like, they've established in chapter 7 of last season that Moff Gideon was meant to have been executed by the New Republic, but they kind of let him go.
Too. I have a feeling that Cara Dune is going to take him to whoever's running the show, and they will be like, New Republic is good and all, but it kind of feels like the inmates are running the asylum. I feel like this asylum needs someone to give it some sort of an order. One might say a warden. A
warden of the galaxy, perhaps?
No, that would be silly.
I feel like I don't think Moff Gideon's working for the New Republic, as some people might say after like this discussion. I don't think
I don't believe he was now.
He could be.
There's no way he was right now.
No.
He could be for like some of a splinter group. For the centrists, perhaps, but
yeah,
I don't even know if they exist.
I don't think they exist right now because at the moment, I think Coruscant and all of like the core is still a puppet state, as in like it's technically run by the ex-Imperials that were given amnesty.
I think that the point was that like centrists and whatever the other ones were, It's not the Rimmers.
Oh God.
I checked. It's not that, but I don't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
The good guys led by Leia.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that those two factions only formed after Mon Mothma became too old to run
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. They're but the centrists came from the core worlds that were former hardline Imperial.
Basically, yeah.
So it's possible that do you think like they could just let Gideon go because what happens in the Outer Rim isn't really their concern?
I don't think they will just outright let him go.
Yeah.
Because there's no way they're just gonna do that.
What if they say, well, we kind of need more sentry droids?
Maybe, but he was the strategist. He wasn't the scientist. I don't think they would do that for that reason.
What if they have some people they want to get rid of, a la the glassing of Mandalore?
That they're going to employ him to do some more genocide.
Yeah.
That is possible, to do the New Republic's dirty work.
Yeah. What if they pick a fight with the Chiss Ascendancy? That's not going to happen.
Not the Chiss Ascendancy. It could be Thrawn. I could then see the possibility of them sending Moff Gideon after Thrawn and him turning codes to join him.
So, what if they have, like, they're already in a secret war with Thrawn at this point? Maybe what if that's the reason why they're not sending anybody to the Rim?
I think that if they were at... Oh, because the Rim is the other way. You mean?
Yeah, like, they're not sending that many people to patrol or secure the Outer Rim. Instead, they're, like, Thrawn could be in the core worlds or in the, in the unknown regions or whatever. And that's where the front line is with the New Republic.
That is possible. Yeah, I could see that.
And people like Leia might not know because, I mean, like, think of all the countless proxy wars America has been in that the Senate weren't privy to.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
That Palpatine didn't know about.
Yeah, like, literally. So I think it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for there to be, like, a secret war type thing. Not the Marvel comic series.
No, not the upcoming TV show starring Commander... Director Krennic and Mace Windu.
No, that's Secret Invasion.
Fuck!
I thought it was Secret Wars when I first saw the announcement, but then, Secret Invasion.
But which one, though? Is it the one where the Beyonder just gets bored and steals heroes to fight each other?
Oh, God.
Or the one where Doctor Doom becomes god of the only planet that's left in the entire multiverse?
You're talking about Secret Wars again.
Yes.
No, but do you mean Secret Wars in Star
Are you talking
Wars?
about Secret War?
No, the TV show is Secret Invasion.
Yeah, because I switched back because I was mistaken with Secret Invasion, so now I'm talking about Secret War.
Oh,
again.
Yeah, so Thrawn is going to take the place of Doctor Doom.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be wearing a white robe, which Thrawn already does.
Yeah.
And he's going to live in the Yggdrasil, which... It's probably going to be a giant fossilized space whale.
Oh, yeah, gotta be. And Ezra is gonna be... I have no idea.
Me neither.
Well, I think... Do you think that Grogu and Luke Skywalker are gonna play a role in the upcoming Avengers-style TV show? That Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and Wardens, Rangers of the New Republic are going to tie into?
I don't think so. I think that the reason why Grogu is going away with Luke is so that Baby Yoda doesn't have to be there. And as soon as this crossover is done, they might do a bit of a time skip and bring him back.
Yeah, I don't know.
I might do a slight walk back on what I said a little bit ago. It may not be within 2 years that he comes back, but as soon as the crossover is done, that's when they're going to be starting to at least sow the seeds for his comeback.
Well, I guess. But one detail that might link into all of this is like how when you watch the Rise
Abe Lincoln.
When you watch the Rise of Skywalker and you listen to all the Force ghosts telling Rey to do it, you then hear Din Djarin saying Dank Ferric. Oh my god! Actually, speaking of words that make an appearance in this episode, Bib Fortuna says McClunky.
Yeah, that definitely
That
happened.
did happen. I'm not lying.
Are you
Yeah,
actually?
he says McClunky.
I really have to
He
rewatch
actually
this
said
because
McClunky. I'm not lying.
I think you would have told me
No,
with zero regard for spoilers if that happened.
no, I'm being serious. He does say McClunky.
You would not have waited 70 minutes of recording
forgot.
to mention the word McClunky.
I forgot that he says McClunky, but he does say he's sitting on the throne, and when like all the people are getting killed, he says McClunky. He says a lot of other stuff in Huttese, but he also says McClunky. And it seemed to be like in a manner that meant it. McClunky means like go get him or something.
So they don't even have any sort of continuity for what it means.
I think it means something, but we just don't know what it means. So it's got to be something.
I'm fairly sure that it means like prepare to die.
Or maybe you were saying prepare them to die.
Could be. Huttese might just have a very different grammar to English.
Yeah, which is possible.
Probably, if anything.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just.
oh.
Yeah, I think that part was interesting. But I guess back on.
There was so much that we can just go deep into. By the way, R2-D2 was in this episode.
He is. I forgot that, but yes.
He made me so. Basically, if you like R2-D2, you're getting more out of this one episode than you will get out of all 3 sequels.
Oh yeah, he's probably got more screen time than in Rise of Skywalker.
I don't even remember him being in there.
I can't remember.
Or in Last Jedi.
In Last Jedi, he was on the Millennium Falcon the whole time.
He probably he was probably annoyed by some porks or something.
No, he was powered down until Luke came into the Millennium Falcon, and then he powered back up again, and he played the recording of Leia.
Oh yeah, he did.
He was like, remember episode 4?
Remember the Rebel General?
Oh my god. I still can't believe I thought it was Carson Teva in the X-Wing. So embarrassed.
Look, there is no reason why it couldn't have been him.
Or
other than we knew that Grogu set off some sort of a Jedi distress beacon.
Yeah, it was when Grogu started making a load of faces after we saw the X-Wing. I was like, oh my god, it's Luke.
Yeah, he was reaching out to Luke on the camera screens and everything. That was
he was like, I'm dressed up.
I had such chills during that whole thing.
It was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. I mean,
I don't think not since the very, very best things in Rebels had I been so just completely mesmerized.
I suppose,
by
yeah.
Any show or film, I think.
I think The Mandalorian is good for that, for me at least. I get the hell with The Mandalorian, not gonna lie. I hate to say.
Yeah, I mean, we are such shills. We are the worst.
Yeah.
We are literally a nerd crew, but unironically.
I don't think we're literally that.
No, we're not literally that, but
Yeah.
We are pretty damn close.
Yeah, I did think it was surprising how IMAX screen moment was with the Crate Dragon in episode 9.
Did they do that since then?
I don't think they did.
Noticed any of
I don't think they did.
I mean, it was probably the largest scale thing that they have done.
What if they did? What if the final battle was against a space slug?
Whoa.
Oh my god, what if the space slug was what Luke was going to train as the next Jedi? And you have the final order and the first order. So Rey is the last Jedi, but who was the first Jedi? Grogu. I know that doesn't work, but there's a thing called the World Between Worlds. I'm joking, by the way.
What if Ahsoka is the first Jedi?
Oh my god.
There is that World Between Worlds imagery in her logo.
Yeah.
In her Grogu.
Yeah. I'm glad we didn't see Ahsoka in this episode.
Yeah, it would be a bit weird if she came back. I mean, I am always up for some Ahsoka, but she doesn't really have a place in this show anymore.
Yeah.
Or at least in this season.
I stand by that. I don't think I think her episode is the weakest of this season?
I don't want to say that I agree, but it might be the case.
Yeah, I think we're all gonna have to rewatch at some point, but that's my personal opinion right now, because I feel like Ahsoka's episode is the only one where Mando hasn't had to question his identity.
Well, he had to question his relationship with Grogu.
But that's different.
It is different.
Yeah,
but
I'm not.
A show can have more than one.
Yeah,
theme.
no, I mean, I think it's just odd that it's the only one where he doesn't question his identity.
And also, it's retroactively a bit weird that he reaches a complete opposite conclusion in this episode than he did back then.
Yeah, I feel like that episode might have been a stumbling block, possibly.
I wouldn't say stumbling block, maybe more of a red herring.
I don't know, but I sort of do view this episode as being Din learning to let go and accept that Grogu was going, rather than it being one where he comes to the decision that he should go. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he did have to let go both of Grogu and of his cult brainwashing.
Oh yeah, because he took his helmet off in front of everybody. He's like, oh well.
Yeah.
And
he broke new ground.
He did, because Boba Fett was still crying. Not crying, wearing the helmet, I mean. Oh yeah, bo-katan got shot up by Gideon at the very end. He was hiding a gun.
She's fine.
And she was fine, yeah. She walked it off.
Yeah.
Just a flesh wound.
Did we see her standing up at the end?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah, we did. I mean, it's not gonna pan out and she's just stone cold dead on the floor.
Yeah, no. It could have, but it didn't.
No, it didn't do that. We did see Cara Dune's gun jamming, which I thought was amusing.
Her gun, all in all, I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
The look of it as well. Is it a light machine gun?
Something like that. It's the one that she took from the Razor Crest, I believe.
Oh, cool. I was noticing that she stuff that she was doing was cool, but her performance not so much.
Yeah, it's
which might also be colored by the fact that she's a bad person.
Yeah, her acting last episode wasn't that good. When Bill Burr, when Mayfeld goes what, they took the little green guy, and then Gina, whatever, Cara Dune, deadpan was yeah, they took the little green guy, and it's that's such a terrible delivery.
Yeah. Nevertheless, Casca is not a better character than her.
Yeah, I hate to say.
I wish she was, but she's not.
And also, I would say Casca is probably not a better person in universe, which is a bit sad for the actress behind, Casca's actor.
Yeah. Well, at least as far as we know, they should switch roles.
Yeah, literally.
We should have the transphobic person have the racist character, and the character who ends wrestlers' careers be the ass kicker in this show.
No, well, I guess it's probably better to try and subtly make Gina Cara Dune's actor realize, mate, you are one of the bad guys your character is fighting. Just to let you know, just a hint. Maybe you should not be a bad guy.
Yeah.
I did think the whole bit with the pilot at the start of this episode going on how many millions of people died on those spaces is think of the Imperial lives that you destroyed after we blew up Air-Deraan, you horrible people.
And it's a good thing we did do it, because someone has to do something about you terrorists.
I thought it was pretty, and Cara Dune just shoots him in the face, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. I thought that was a brilliant scene. Was that the first time ever that we heard rebels be described as terrorists?
I think so, apart from maybe Saw Gerrera. Oh, I think Obi-Wan calls Saw Gerrera's partisans in Clone Wars terrorists.
Maybe. Okay, that might be the case.
I think
but it's still very cool that we did get that.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see a hardline Imperial opinion.
Yeah, this wasn't really Shades of Grey, but it kind of was. As I said before, Shades of Grey exist, but these guys are definitely the bad guys.
Yeah, the guy that was saying all that stuff to Cara Dune is definitely like a bad guy. I don't think his co-pilot was that bad. Like I felt bad for his co-pilot who was trying to calm the situation down and was just shot in the back.
Yeah.
And I also kind of felt bad for Dr. Pershing as well. Like he felt like really not in control of any of it. Like
Oh yeah, speaking of Operation Paperclip.
Oh yeah.
Like he started cooperating with Mando like immediately. Which I'm pretty sure he did in chapter 3 as well.
Yeah, he gave Grogu.
Like as soon as he saw a gun, he was like, "Yep, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm not dealing with this."
He was he was sort of like, "Don't harm the child." He was putting his life above the child, which I thought was interesting in episode 3. I mean, the child's life above him. Sorry.
I was gonna say.
But yeah, in this episode, he also seemed to be like a lot more willing to work with the New Republic. He is wanted by the New Republic.
Yeah, he's a major New Republic target, as the pilot said.
Yeah, with a gun to his head.
Yeah.
So
he's probably going to be the Oppenheimer of the New Republic.
Oh my god, what if it turned out like he was... Yeah, if he was like one of the high-standing guys.
Yeah. Or the Werner von Braun.
Oh god.
What would be the Star Wars equivalent of going to the moon? Going to a different galaxy?
Maybe. But I'm pretty sure there's a...
Or settling the unknown regions?
Yeah.
Well, they're settled, but like...
Charting it or whatever.
Charting it.
Yeah.
Doing whatever Timothy Zahn did in Outbound Flight.
In Outbound Flight, they were going to try and leave the galaxy.
Yeah.
But I think it would be interesting to see what happens with Dr. Pershing after The Mandalorian. Like, if he is going to be, paperclipped into the New Republic.
I firmly believe that he is going to be in some way very important. Not necessarily as a returning character, but something that he does or has done will be very important for at least one of the shows.
Yeah, like we still don't know what they were doing with Baby Yoda's blood.
Yeah, we don't. We know absolutely nothing. For a second, just when the Dark Troopers were going to break down the door, like with the music and stuff, I thought that somehow they were going to start using the Force.
Oh my god.
But no, they just started punching the door.
I thought they looked like the, those boxer toys, those boxer robot.
Rock'em Sock'em robots.
Yeah, they looked like those when they were doing the punching.
They really did.
So,
I think that covers like all the story stuff. Like, again, like plot-wise, it was fairly brisk. It was just a lot of action and stuff.
Yeah, I liked the action. I thought it was interesting.
By the way, Boba Fett basically left like 5 minutes into the episode.
Yeah, like he did some pretty cool dogfighting, but he had done what he needed to do. I suppose it's because they couldn't land Slave One.
They couldn't land Slave One.
Yeah, because the whole point of their plan was to jam the hangar bay for the TIE fighters, and the only reason why Luke was able to get in is because there's hangars on the side that are wide enough for for an X-wing, but not tall enough for a TIE fighter, and probably not tall enough for Slave One.
What is the point of them then?
Of what? The
of
ones on the side?
Hangars, yeah.
For smaller craft, I suppose. Like
smaller than a TIE fighter?
Yeah, well, TIE fighters are small, but they're tall. The Dark Troopers in the tragedy, they came out of those hangars.
Surely Architans weren't built for that.
I'm pretty sure it's not standard Architans. Architans don't have hangars.
At all?
No.
Not even the front one?
No. Well,
which, by the way, was really cool.
Yeah.
There was a fairly long sequence of troopers flying out of there.
It was interesting to see.
Which was very sweet.
It reminded me a lot of the if you remember from the Old Republic trailer on Korriban, when the Sith fleet invaded Korriban.
You mean Coruscant?
No, Korriban in the MMO. You remember that with Malgus's first appearance and
they invaded Korriban?
Yeah, when they took it back. You remember with the Zabrak Jedi, and then you had that Han Solo guy, the big hat.
Oh, right, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the space station stuff.
Yeah, and that's when they were retaking Korriban, and then you see like all of the Sith Empire ships, and they have that the sort of pincers and the hanger in the middle. You know what I mean? Like the Arcatens, they have that same sort of shape. And that's what it reminded me of.
Speaking of hangers, what was the point of the hanger at the bottom if there is just a walkway over it? There was nothing hanging. There was nothing that could hang from there.
I assume
right?
it might be for cargo. That's the same for the ones on the side as well. I assume they're all for cargo.
Maybe, but they're not freighters.
No, but they will need to carry stuff. I think it's probably...
We've seen the cargo bay, and I don't think that was anywhere near that walk. Actually, it might have been.
The cargo bay was...
Remember where Fennec shoots that guy through the crates?
No.
Like through that opening.
Oh yeah, that was
crates?
pretty cool. And shoot him right in the head. Bing bam boom, and he's effing dead.
Although she also shoots one guy, and then immediately pretends to be stealthy, and the guy who was a meter from the other guy had no idea that anyone even shot a gun.
That's a classic Star Wars, though.
Is it?
I don't know.
It's more like a classic Metal Gear or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
And by classic, I mean old, when the technology was not good enough for people to hear gunshots.
We didn't hear any of the exclamation mark, attention noises from Metal Gear. That's unfortunate.
I think that one day there will be a droid that will do that. Speaking of droids...
Had the same type as AP5.
Exactly, that's exactly what I was on about.
Yeah, but he's silver, not black. But he was speaking the same language that he was going like Ichuba, like the one in A New Hope, the one that's in the Sandcrawler.
Right, I thought it was the case. Yeah, is it also the same as the eye on a stick in the gate of Jabba's castle?
The ion stick.
Eye on a stick.
Oh, sort of, yeah. And I think also in episode 5 on Bespin, when you have another protocol droid, he says something similar to C-3PO.
Could be. Could that be the language that Uncle Owen asks C-3PO if he speaks?
Well, Bachi. No, yeah. Bachi is the language moisture evaporators speak.
Well, how do we know that's not the same one?
I don't think it's an actual spoken language. I think it might be Huttese.
Could be. But why would droids on Imperial ships speak Huttese?
I don't know, but it's more likely than them speaking the language of moisture evaporators, I hate to say.
I mean, it's possible that it's also basically the language of, what does it say, power lifts? So it could be just a generic droid language.
I don't know. Generic droid language is binary, which is what R2-D2 and that speak.
And Anakin in that deleted scene.
Oh yeah, in that glorious deleted scene.
In the second best deleted scene that exists.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the third best deleted scene, which is from Attack of the Clones.
It's not even that good a scene.
Why did you say it then?
Because I was making a reference to something that happened off mic.
Well, that is breaking new ground.
Speaking of referencing something that happened off mic, you were confused why, in that deleted scene from episode 3, why the water exploded.
Yeah, I was.
Grievous did say specifically that it was the fuel.
Oh, why was it blue?
It was an unfinished effect, and why would fuel not be blue?
I don't know. That's true.
Maybe the invisible hand, or whatever it's called, canonically it flies on Spatchka.
Spatchka, yes. Well, you see,
which we see again.
Yeah, you see Fennec's
in Bib Fortuna's castle.
Indeed. Now Boba's castle.
Ooh. Baba's castle.
How Tamara Morrison says Boba Fett a lot. Boba. How does he say it? He I can't do the pronunciation he does, but it sounds epic.
Why did he say his own name?
It sounds epic when he says it in the tragedy.
Can you hear the Zygerian again?
I can hear the Zygerian. It's sounding very racist, and it is asking for more slaves, more Togruta slaves, and I'm saying no to Gruta slaves.
Yeah, just bloody sick Anakin at him. He's going to be very different than before. By the way, I saw a side-by-side comparison of Anakin from the film and Anakin from the final season of Anakin. Cool. Clone Wars.
Yeah, they look.
He looks so different. That never even occurred to me.
Yeah, Clone Wars Anakin's face is like not Hayden Christensen's face. Hayden Christensen's
No, I meant
face.
like Clone Wars the movie and the final season of Clone Wars.
Yeah, they look very different as well.
Still better than Rebels Anakin,
Freaking, oh my god.
which is still miles better than Rebels
Yeah.
Yoda.
Ugh.
Rebels Yoda is probably the worst thing I've ever seen.
No, I would go so far. I think Rebels Yoda is better than Rebels Anakin. Like, genuinely.
No,
Rebels Anakin is
I can't agree.
Rebels
Yoda
Obi-Wan.
is so much worse.
Rebels young Obi-Wan looks good. Rebels old Obi-Wan looks good. Rebels Maul
old Obi-Wan
looks good. Rebels Tarkin looks good. I am a fan of thin Darth Vader, lanky Darth Vader in Rebels. You see Bail Organa, he looks a bit weird, but
I don't remember him. You see Paul Bettany from Solo.
not in Rebels.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
He's in Ahsoka's Walkabout.
That's in Clone Wars.
He's in conference call with the Pikes.
That's Clone Wars.
Ah, fuck, you're right. Sorry.
Meanwhile, in
I
a
got
parallel
confused.
universe, when Ahsoka's Walkabout is actually an episode of Rebels.
Yeah, where Rebels takes place before Clone Wars.
Whoa! But what was it? You see Leia as well. You see Ahsoka, obviously, in
You
Rebels.
see Lando.
You see Lando, who looks a bit weird.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, his shirt's weird.
You
though.
see Hondo. He looks basically the same.
You know, he looks very old.
Aldo.
Yeah,
Hondo Oldaka.
the thing with with Rebels is that they never seem to be wearing more than one layer of clothing,
Yeah, everyone is wearing jumpsuits.
which is really weird. And Ezra's jumpsuit is just so. Why? Why is he wearing that jumpsuit the entire time? Like in series 1 and 2, he's wearing the same one, and it's ripped. In season 3 and 4, he's wearing a new one that's like non-ripped. So he went out and bought an exact same jumpsuit.
Didn't he have like a vest on in the first two series?
He did, but he got rid of it, and he also had like a shin guard too.
And that weird slingshot.
God, I'm glad they got rid of that slingshot.
Hot take, the slingshot was worse than the gun lightsaber.
Yeah, I agree. Gun lightsaber is better than slingshot.
Speaking of better than other things,
Yeah.
I can't decide if Rebels Yoda was better or worse than CGI Luke.
I think CGI Luke at certain angles is better than Rebels like Yoda.
I mean, the thing is, the CGI is not horrible
Yeah.
for what it is, but it still does not work.
Tarkin is better in Rogue One than
Yes,
CGI Luke. Is CGI Leia better than CGI Luke?
definitely.
Really?
If only for... Wait, which one are we talking about? Rogue One. Rogue One. If only for the reason that she's on screen for only like 5 seconds.
You barely see his face in this episode. Like, I'm not sure if you...
No, you see it plenty. You see it quite a lot.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but in a lot of the words Luke was saying that were hard to say, like, that would make the most mouth movements, you don't see his face.
That's smart. You don't want it to be even worse than it already was.
Indeed.
And it was, by the way, actual Mark Hamill speaking.
Yeah.
He was credited as Luke.
I thought that his impression of his younger self was actually very good.
Yeah. Do you think they CGI'd his voice to look younger?
Oh yeah, I think they definitely CGI'd his voice. They gave him a little toupee.
They put a little toupee on his voice
Also,
box.
his hair was just like, you're clearly not Luke's hair, just saying. It just doesn't look like...
We've never seen Luke in this time period.
It's only 3 years or 5 years... 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I don't know. But,
Which would make Luke, what, 26?
something like that, yeah. It's 8 years after A New Hope.
So he was like 18, 20?
What, in A New Hope, he was 19.
19, so he's 27 here.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
He looks older.
Well, I mean, hate to break it to you, but Mark Hamill's quite a lot older. Well, I just still don't know why they didn't just get Sebastian Stan.
It's probably because he's busy. I mean, he has bloody the Winter Soldier and Falcon
Yeah, but
coming out very soon. He's probably doing other
That's
things.
Disney as well. Just like get him.
Yeah, that's the point.
Get him to go to another studio like next door. Just like, oh, yeah, I don't want to be Luke Skywalker. And he's like, oh my god, yes.
I don't think they want people to double dip while their series are still going. I mean, Oscar Isaac is going to be... Well, I don't think that was confirmed, actually, but even if he is going to be Moon Knight...
I think that is confirmed.
Whatever. He's no longer in the movies, so
and he's not going to do the movies
fine
anymore.
to cast. Yeah, as he said himself. But meanwhile, Sebastian Stan, I would be very surprised if Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or whichever way that show is going to be like his last appearance.
Yeah.
He's probably already filming another one.
That's true. But do you think they should have just deep faked Luke's face?
I don't know. They should have probably not shown his face at all.
That would have been really weird.
Did you
watch
but
that?
it would have been less distracting.
Did you watch that video I tweeted a couple of days ago about it was a deep faked version of Tarkin's face. It was in Rogue One. They used the Rogue One Tarkin and then used Peter Cushing's face, and it looked like 1,000,000,000% better. And
I don't think I saw it when you posted it, but definitely saw it at some point.
And they also did the same thing with Leia at the end, and it looks 1,000,000,000% better as well.
I've never had a problem with Leia in that film.
I didn't really have a problem with Leia, but it still looked better.
I never thought it looked bad at all.
Yeah.
It might just be because that was like very clean, very bright.
Maybe.
And they didn't linger on it for too long.
I think the reason why it looked weird to some is because that's a facial expression we have not seen Leia make. Like, genuinely, I don't think we've seen that facial expression. I know that sounds weird, apart from maybe when Leia, Carrie Fisher tells Han Solo that Luke's her brother in Return of the Jedi.
I think we may have seen that facial expression when Princess Leia was trying to murder the Blues Brothers with a rocket launcher.
Is it bad? I was thinking that as well.
There's no way that we can escape from the Blues Brothers.
It's only trying to kill one Blues Brother.
Yeah, I think John Belushi.
John Belushi, indeed. Oh,
he was like in his 20s.
He was in his 20s in Blues Brothers?
30s at most.
Yeah.
He died very young.
Yeah.
Doesn't look it, but he was very young.
Okay. This is my Disney Plus TV show pitch. The Blue Elephant Brothers.
I thought you were going with. I thought you were going to go with Cad Bane and Thrawn.
No, I was going more for Max Rebo and his twin brother, who is a regular elephant.
Okay, I'm getting really fed up with this Nigerian. I'm going to let him in.
I murdered the Nigerian. No, boys. No, don't.
I'm not pausing, by the way.
Don't curb stomp the Nigerian. What did it do to you apart from, sell slaves?
Selling off-brand Slave Leia merch.
Oh my god. Is that what the Nigerian was doing?
Yeah, that's how he got banned from Disney forever.
I don't think you can classify slaves as merch.
I meant like actual off-brand merch.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, that's how you really get in Disney's bad books.
Well, I mean, we've shilled for Kathleen Kennedy enough.
I mean, technically we have not, because she's not paying us.
That's true, but you know who is being paid for this episode? The director, Peyton Reed.
He really is. No ants to be found, though.
No ants. I thought this was
no Dr. Mandible.
He directed the episode with Dr. Mandible. I like that episode a lot, and I like this episode a lot. So hats off, Peyton Reed.
I definitely prefer this one, though.
Oh, I think they're very different, like very different episodes.
Well, yes, both of them have something to like to them, but I just feel like I'm not going to think about the passenger much.
You're not going to think about Frog Lady? Are you actually joking?
I am going to think about Frog Lady, and the first appearance of Carson. Well, it's not even the first appearance. Never mind. I am going to think about that, probably.
Yeah, and Dr. Mandible.
And the... what were they called? The Krykna?
Yeah. No, not the Krykna.
No?
Or I can't remember if it is the Krykna or not the Krykna.
Well, they were never specifically named.
Yeah. The ones from Rebels.
They are Krykna.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, yeah, them. I like that episode. I like this episode. This episode doesn't have any ants, doesn't have any Dr. Mandibles, doesn't have any Krykna.
Doesn't have any shrinking. Although the bit where Luke crushed the last Dark Trooper with the Force might be a little callback to Yellow Jacket shrinking into oblivion.
Is it?
I don't think so, but it could be.
Could be. Oh, you know what is a homage? And you're going to hate me because I'm going to bring it back to a Revenge of the Sith deleted scene.
Why would I hate you?
When Mando opens the chamber where Grogu is, and Grogu's sitting there with the handcuffs and Moff Gideon with his lightsaber, that's like pretty much exactly like when Shaak Ti's on the ground with General Grievous.
Yes, you are not wrong.
So, I was like watching that. I was like, oh my god, is Grogu gonna get like skewered?
They would not do that.
Imagine if they
there was
did.
No way in the world.
Imagine if they just kebab Grogu.
If they bab Grogu.
Oh my god.
Just imagine if Moff Gideon just chopped him in half while doing a bab with the Darksaber in his hand.
He does a dab.
A bab?
What's a bab?
Have you never seen a bab?
What's a bab?
Have you never been around Amelia while she's babbing?
No. I know what a dab is. I'm not in tune with the kids.
Oh my god, you don't know babs. How do I explain it? Basically, you hold both of your arms in like a 90-degree position, pointing down.
Okay.
And you basically yank them upwards.
That's gonna hurt.
Well, you can't do it that well.
Yeah, if I do it now,
you know that you did a proper
desk.
bab. You can only tell if you've done a proper bab if you're wearing glasses, because a proper bab will like yank them off your face.
Huh. So step 1, break my eyes. Step 2, do a bab. Thanks, Voita.
Yeah.
You've taught me.
By the way, do ask Amelia about babs. She's going to be very happy to tell you all about them.
Indeed. But yeah, that's exactly what Moff Gideon was doing after he murdered Grogu.
He did the bab.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, and that guy that got that stormtrooper that got skewered by the best spear.
No blood, though.
No blood, because it's a kid show.
I know. Although that other guy did get his neck broken.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. I mean, I was just like, mate, just shoot him. You've got a gun, just shoot him.
Yeah.
And but they did the age-old thing that this series does, is show incredible violence with droids, with Luke killing the Dark Troopers.
Yeah, chopping off limbs and chopping them in half and crushing them.
It reminded me a lot of a mission in Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, when Kyle Katarn is on a spaceship, Imperial spaceship, looking for Jan Ors or whatever, or looking for the people that killed Jan Ors. I can't remember if she was dead at that point. Sorry, spoilers.
She probably was.
But yeah, he was on that ship. He was looking for people, and then like he's in trouble, and then Luke turns up and is there to rescue Kyle Katarn, and he like jumps through into like a room full of stormtroopers and like kills them all. But I remember when I first played the game, I had the, you know, like realistic dismemberment option on, basically, for like lightsabers. And when like Luke jumped into the room all nobly with the music playing, he was like chopping off like every limb of their bodies. It was like, oh my god, Luke, what are you doing? And it was like every leg, arm, hand, head. I was like, oh, Luke.
Luke, more like a leg that you don't have anymore.
Oh, indeed.
Just shoot me now.
Yeah, speaking of shooting you now, I think we should talk about the guy that Thrawn did try to shoot with our section. The light side, dark side, and the one in the middle, the Bendu.
The Bendu. I totally agree. So we're now going to talk about one thing each that was the highlight of the show, one thing each that was the worst thing in the show that we felt, and then one thing that you can't really place anywhere but was kind of neat.
Indeed.
I think I'm going to start this time with my light side.
Go ahead.
There was a lot to pick from. And I kind of feel like we should disqualify Luke showing up from this because it's too easy.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, like, that might be both of ours highlight. I'm going to go with something much smaller.
Ooh.
Something much simpler that made me happy nevertheless.
Yeah.
And that is the Dark Trooper punching Din so hard that he embedded his helmet into the wall.
That was cool. Not gonna lie. I like that.
Just to show that both Din's armor is impenetrable and the arm is basically indestructible.
Yeah.
But the wall isn't.
Arm not made of Beskar. The Dark Troopers aren't made of Beskar, as some people assumed. As we assumed.
Unless Luke Skywalker has a lightsaber that can cut through Beskar.
Well, actually, that's true. Like, bo-katan at the start of the episode says that lightsabers can't cut through pure Beskar, which is what Mando's armor is made of. So perhaps...
So it could be like depleted Beskar.
Yeah, like crude Beskar.
Yeah, or like extremely diluted Beskar.
Dilute, yes. Coke Zero Beskar.
Beskar, but it has some chalk in it.
Yes. What
about yours? What about your light side?
My light side is probably... I really liked the... I really liked the end credits thing. I'm sorry.
It's not bad at all. It was very satisfying.
I just really liked just seeing Bib Fortuna just get shot. There's like no words because like Bib Fortuna's a slimy guy.
That scene was so good. Like how he has basically no troops. How fat he is.
Yeah, he was like massive. He was almost the size of the Ryloth senator from the prequels.
I thought of him as well.
Yeah, which is amusing.
I was expecting him though to like try to trick Boba into falling into the Rancor pit.
But then remember the Rancor's dead.
Yeah, well that we know about.
Ooh.
But I was expecting like him to open the hole, but Boba just immediately igniting his jetpack and not even falling in.
Yeah, the throne is new though. It must be new.
Well. Did we ever see the throne without Jabba slobbering all over it?
Well, no. Well, because, I mean, it wouldn't be the throne, would it? Like, that was Jabba's throne. He didn't sit down. He lied down.
Well, maybe he was lying over the throne.
Whoa. That's, I don't want to imagine that. Like, inside of him. No.
Grand Admiral Throne.
What's your dark...
Commander Ray Throne.
Oh, God.
Throw me a throne. I can't be stopped.
What be your dark side?
Would it be too obvious if I said Luke's face?
You can say Luke's face. You could say, my face is tired of Luke's face.
Good old Mass Effect Andromeda. They're bringing it back.
Why?
Not Andromeda, they're bringing back Mass Effect.
I was about to say, like, what? Mass Effect Andromeda 2?
No, they're actually making a Mass Effect 4 or equivalent.
Why?
Because it's been a while.
Because money?
Yeah, and they're bringing out the remastered trilogy fairly soon, and I think they're expecting it to do massively well.
Oh, no pun intended.
Actually, unintended, yes. I mean, I would buy it if it came out for a platform that I own.
Yeah, if it came out for a terrible computer, I would be able to play it.
Oh, yeah. It depends on how remastered it is, I guess.
Yeah. But, yeah, you disliked Luke's face, which I think...
I disliked Luke's face a lot. Enough for my excitement to drop until R2-D2 showed up and delighted me once again.
I think that's understandable.
I actually was so hoping for R2-D2 to... You know how in Empire, Yoda is trying to, like, steal his light?
Yeah.
I was fully expecting him to just give it to Baby Yoda for him to play with.
I swear to God, that would be way too fan servicey. People have already accused this episode of being fan service gone wild. I swear, like, Red Letter Media will hate this episode.
Probably, but like, how can you make this without it being fan servicey?
Yeah, I think people hold Star Wars and like Star Wars shows like this to too high of a regard. Like, it's not like supreme art or anything, is it?
No. I was racking my brain for a joke or a pun to make, but
it's not. Yeah, I don't know.
It's not Supreme Art Snoke.
Ooh. Yeah, not...
No.
No. My dark side might be the fact that, like, a lot of it was, like, running and gunning. I would have rathered it was longer, and there was maybe a little bit more to it, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I can feel what you're saying. Like
I really enjoyed it still, but...
If we did get to see, like, what happened to Moff Gideon, like, if he's getting freed or assigned into Republic's fleet or something.
I think that would be... I don't mind it ending where it did, but I would rather there was something else, like, in the middle, maybe. In the Bendu.
I don't know, like, what can you add, like, in the middle of, like, basically a big action scene?
I don't know.
Like, story-wise. Other than, like, a cutaway or something. Maybe, like, Moff Gideon calling someone, like Thrawn?
Oh, I was, like, semi-expecting Thrawn, or something to do with Thrawn to happen. But I'm sort of...
I thought he was going to be the post-credit scene.
Really?
Because I heard of it.
No, but...
I did see a Mr. Sunday Movies video.
But Mr. Sunday
with Boba
Movies,
Fett in
he
it.
literally had a screen cap of Boba Fett.
Which, not cool, Mr. Scumbag Movies. But I thought that could have been a misdirect.
Yeah, but it literally is a screen grab. That's the only thing. Like, I wouldn't mind it,
Yeah.
but it was a screen grab.
I see what you mean. I did kind of expect more. That is kind of what I meant by that it felt like it had the ending of a different show.
Yeah, totally. I'm glad the post-credit scene exists, but again, that's my... Goes into, like, another issue I have with this season, is that it seems to be a springboard for other shows.
Not if the Book of Boba Fett is the next series.
Oh, I kind of don't want it to be season 3. I want season 3 to be something else. With Mando.
Yeah, so do I. But if Mando just transplants himself to Rangers of the New Republic, it will be weird, but I won't be mad.
But I don't know. I feel like they couldn't have announced... They have announced Mandalorian season 3.
I think that Mandalorian season 3 is the Book of Boba Fett.
Mm.
And it might be I feel like it could be a prequel about what we was doing before this.
Oh, then you're going to go into a whole Ahsoka thing where it's like showing the whole time, and then you got to watch these episodes of The Mandalorian to get an idea of what he's doing in this time. And it's going to be so confusing. It's going to be like a CW superhero show before you know it.
I don't think that they are above that.
Oh God, I hope
like,
not.
If you have a Disney Plus subscription, you can watch that anyway, anytime.
Yeah, but I mean, I just kind of just don't want it to do that. I want Mandalorian to be its own thing.
I mean, if they're building like not a cinematic universe, but like a televisual universe,
yeah,
I think they could pull it off.
Maybe.
It will be weird, but it's not something new per se, but it's something.
Yeah.
I think they could pull it off.
Potentially, I'd hope so. What is your one in the middle?
The Bendu.
The Bendu.
I would say that my one in the middle, the Bendu, would be like the opening scene.
Yeah.
Both the fact that it starts like in media res, kind of saving the first 5 minutes. That would have been like, oh, we have to find Dr. Pershing and we're going to do this and then do this. Which they do a little bit later, but at least it keeps the opening a bit more interesting. Sorry, this Adrian is stepping on my headphone cables and he's pulling my face down. Give me a second. He's very hard to chase away.
The chase away.
And that it... Whoa! And that scene, like, played up, as we discussed, like, you killed, like, millions, but you also killed millions, and you're terrorists, and you're the Empire, and who is the bad guy here? It's still the Empire, but you know what I mean.
It's just interesting to see perspective.
Yeah, even if one of the perspective is very wrong.
Yeah,
it's still interesting to see.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I thought that intro scene was very intriguing, and I'm glad it exists. Glad it's something you can look back to and sort of see. Whereas
and I will do that very quickly, and by look back to, I mean rewatch.
Indeed. Whereas my the one in the middle, the Bendu, is the fact that TIE fighters are launching from a platform, from a raised platform. I'm just so happy to see that.
it feels like they have a different like launching mechanism every time we see them. Because this one kind of felt like they were like riding them like by a rail. That's not how you say
but that sometimes
but,
happens with like, so they have a gangway that you then go into the TIE fighter and then you fly out the hangar. But I guess with this, there's probably a gangway goes into the TIE fighter and the TIE fighter gets, taken to the opening. It reminded me a lot of...
I prefer Taken 3.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Imps the Relentless, specifically episode 2 of Imps the Relentless. I'm not sure if you've seen that series. It's a fan film, and in the second episode of it, it's very good, very good. In the second episode of it, you see the interior of this huge Star Destroyer, and like all the inner workings and how everyone gets everything everywhere. And it's really interesting to see. And that's what this reminded me a lot of, seeing the inner workings and the internal logistics.
Yeah, like literal inner workings of the launching mechanism.
Yeah. And, well, all those guys are dead now.
Yeah, I was looking out for tags and binks.
Yeah, but no, they can't be because everyone dies.
Yeah, I was thinking like, oh, there are 2 stormtroopers going to greet them. Oh no, they're going to die anyway.
They're gonna die. So maybe tag and bink needs to be delayed. Yeah,
like when we're at the point where we're dealing with people other than stormtroopers, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
We might see him.
Rip in
I should
peace.
I should rewatch the scene where they go meet the Mandalorians, because there could be a tag and bink in that diner.
Pretty sure they all die.
No.
Yes.
Pretty sure they all die. What is my life?
What is life?
We should do the thing that Moff Gideon didn't, and
Is that finish the job?
Finish the job. Kind of like also
Agent Callus.
Borat Callus.
Borat Callus himself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we can safely say that Star Wars is very nice.
It is.
And on that note...
go follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, at on Air-Deraan.
All one word.
All one word. Send us emails on Air-Deraan@gmail.com.
All one word.
Yeah. Tell your friends.
Yeah, if they like Star Wars and like watching, or rather listening to podcasts of just conversation and talking.
And by the way, if this ending segment feels a little clunky at my end, it's because this Nigerian is literally in my face.
Yeah, a little McClunky.
Yeah, just the tiniest of McClunkies.
Just like Greedo's last words, McClunky.
Just like Greedo in episode 1.
Oh my god, when he's bullying Anakin.
Yep.
Wow. Just like how you saw the rise of this episode, you will also, like we saw the childhood of Greedo, you will also see its end, like with the death of Greedo.
Or this.
You may fire when ready.